C1music.fm. Real talk. We are in the building. I got the fellas in the building. What's going on, fellas?
Doing good.
Good, good.
Good to see
Good,
everyone.
good, good, good. And I got my two special guests today joining us for this particular topic. Kathy and Jenny. Let's give these young ladies a round of applause for joining us tonight. All right, so I asked him to join us because I knew Fritz wasn't going to be here today. Fritz is on vacation somewhere on the island. At least that's what he messaged me and said. So shout out to Fritz. He been vacationing last couple weeks or whatever. You know what I mean? So we gotta touch down. I want to give a shout out to my man Eddie, only because Eddie was looking for us to join the podcast on Monday, and we did some pre-recorded content. I had everybody in the building. Eddie was the only one that seemed to not know that we wasn't doing it. So shout out to you, Eddie, for being a faithful trooper. Faithful trooper. So today we are going to talk about our topic for the day. It's called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. That's the title. Or if you ever seen that meme, we were just talking about this, Kathy, and Jenny. Or the meme where my man pops up. What's the guy's name? You said his name earlier.
Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger. That's his name. I don't know his name, but he says emotional damage. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Eddie don't know what I'm talking about. Eddie, listen,
Yeah, I
Eddie, I
do.
want to tell you this, Eddie.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Hold on real quick. Eddie, I want to tell you this.
Yep.
You was missed on Monday, though.
Mm-hmm.
The girls in person, they kept saying, for the topic that we talked about, they kept saying, I wish Eddie was here. I wish Eddie was here. All the ladies kept saying, I wish Eddie was here. They said it at least 5 or 6 times. So I'm just letting you know. Anyway, emotional intelligence. I'm gonna start with my boy Joe Ash. Joe Ash, what's the definition of emotional intelligence?
Emotional intelligence. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For me, it's the ability to regulate your emotions and connect, empathize with other people. So that's for
Okay.
me emotional intelligence, relational capacity.
Okay. I hear Eddie typing. Eddie, don't look it up on the computer. Eddie, what's emotional intelligence? Eddie,
I'm setting up my mic. Can you hear me? Is my mic audible?
we can hear you, brother.
Good.
What's emotional intelligence, brother?
Being smart in how you interact with everyone.
Say that again one more time.
Being smart in how you interact with everyone around you. Knowing when to, knowing how to form relationships, I guess.
Emotional intelligence is knowing how to form relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Good relationships, I guess. Yeah.
Good relationships. Okay. I like Joe Ash answer better. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Jenny. Now, Jenny, you got the real definition. Kathy, what is the definition of emotional intelligence? First off, hold on before you answer. There's no right or
Able
wrong answer in
to
my book. No right or wrong answer in my book. Go ahead, Kathy. I'm sorry.
I think it's being able to manage your what do you call it? Emotions and the people around you.
To manage the people around you.
No, I mean emotions, managing your own emotions and the people.
When you say and the people around you, You saying what? What is that part? I don't get the and people's around you part. Managing your emotions and the people around you. So you supposed to manage the people around you, or are you talking about and manage the other people's emotions as
Friends,
well?
family. Yeah,
Maybe I'm going too
that's
deep
my
into it. So,
definition.
Jenny, Jenny? What is the definition, Jenny?
Mm-hmm.
The real definition.
Yeah, in your opinion,
Um,
what's the real definition? I know you looked it up for me. So,
yeah, so it's the ability to manage both your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you.
and
Yeah, and
understanding the people's emotions around you.
mhm,
All right, okay, and so being able to regulate your emotions and understands other people's emotions that are around you.
that's right.
All right, cool. Do all of y'all agree with that answer, the definition? That's
Yep.
almost what Joash was saying, right? Am I correct, Joash? You almost was
Yep.
on
Yep.
that one?
Yeah.
Almost exact
Got
to the T. So I'm gonna flip it now and go to Eddie. Eddie, what is emotional damage?
Ooh.
The opposite of emotional intelligence, I guess, or lack of, no, not lack of, being damaged, being you this is someone that is damaged emotionally.
Hold on, say that one more time. Somebody that is damaged emotionally.
Damaged emotionally, yeah, or
So
challenged
what causes
emotionally.
somebody? What causes somebody to be damaged emotionally?
I mean, there are a
Because
lot
in
of
my
things that.
hold on, the reason why I'm asking is because I don't think emotional intelligence and emotional damage are yin and yang. I don't think they're the opposites. I think one is one and other is the other.
I agree with you. Yeah.
All right, so emotional damage is being damaged emotionally.
This is when your feelings are damaged. I'm trying to avoid to use the word emotions again. So your feelings, your awareness is damaged. Your self awareness is damaged. Your your being, basically your being, your inner being is damaged. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can go with that. What about you, Joash?
Hmm. It's the effect of um, some events in the past that may have caused pain or shock or some relational consequences, I guess. So being emotionally damaged affects one's ability to connect and build healthy relationships. So that's what for me is emotional damage.
Gotcha. And last, Jenny, what is your definition of emotional damage?
I guess for me, emotional damage would mean like being broken emotionally and probably psychologically, and this is kind of brought about by negative experiences, probably from trauma, bullying, or you know, um, from a broken relationship or from stress as well.
Damage.
All right, cool. And Kat, so give us the actual definition of emotional damage.
He says emotional damage is the negative effects of trauma on someone's behavior.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So for my generalization, because I didn't give an answer to none of these, I have here on my notes that emotional intelligence. I agree with the definition that was there, and my examples of emotional intelligence would be having empathy and leadership, and a person that can resolve conflicts in a relationship as a person that's emotional intelligent. And the opposite of that, as far as answering examples of emotional damage, would be example of that being in a toxic relationship or childhood trauma. some sort of childhood trauma. All right. So here's what I want to ask this question real quick. All right. And I'm asking this to the fellas first. Any one of y'all can jump on this. Who's more likely to display in a relationship? What are men more likely to display in a relationship? What are women more likely to display in a relationship? Are women going to display emotional intelligence more or emotional damage more? And vice versa, men. Are men going to display in a relationship? So I'm talking in the sphere of a relationship. Do men show more emotional intelligence or do men show more emotional damage? I want y'all to answer it for men and I want y'all to answer it for women. Joash, you can one of y'all can
Yeah,
whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
I love the question, Aaron, because it really, I think this would go somewhere about our shape and distinction. But anyway, for me, it's this just for me. I may be wrong, but for me, it's the men who would display more emotional intelligence in a relationship. You're smiling, I saw it. But anyway, and the women would display more. They're into that more. Their damage and you know their feelings of the past and certain history. I don't know. It's just me. That's my observation. I may be wrong, but yes, that's for me. It's the men who would show intelligence more than their damage because siguro out of pride or ego or societal expectation maybe. So yeah.
Okay. Eddie, so Eddie, do you agree, disagree? Talk to me.
I beg to differ a bit. I think women display both emotional intelligence and emotional
Both.
damage more than men. But as far as who is easily or more damaged, I'd have to say it's a man. Only that we are not good at showing it. But ladies are very alert with the emotions, I believe.
Hold on. Let me wheel you back real quick. So you're saying that women, men are emotional damage, but we don't show it,
Yes, we are not good at
and
showing.
women are. So you saying in a relationship, women are more emotional intelligent than men,
Yes,
and in a relationship, women are more emotionally damaged than men as well.
yes, and I say that because it is easier to 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 see that as opposed to men. Men are very good at hiding their emotions, especially if it is negative, if it is damaging. They are very good at not manifesting it as well as the way women do.
Interesting. All right, Jenny. What about you, Jenny? Who's more in both scenarios, men and women?
I think emotional damage. I would agree with Eddie that men would show more emotional damage because yeah, like you
Hold on,
said,
that's not what Eddie said. Eddie said that women show more emotional intelligence and women show more emotional damage. He didn't say men show emotional damage. He said women displays emotional damage and they show emotional intelligence, both.
I got that,
So
but then he also said that men would be more aligned to show emotional damage, right?
Yep.
yeah, answer that, Eddie. Are you so Eddie? Are
I,
you switching your answer up?
no. I
Oh,
said we in terms of being damaged, men are easily damaged. Only that we will not we don't know how to show it. We don't show it as well as the way ladies do show it. Uh, I, generally, emotion wise, ladies are very alert with their emotions compared to men. Generally, whether
See,
emotional intelligence or damage.
I was agreeing with you, Eddie, up until you say men are more emotionally damaged.
No,
We
no, no.
just don't
Well,
show it. I don't know.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, no,
I
not
don't agree.
emotionally
I don't agree
damaged.
with you on that.
No, no, no. Let me rephrase that. Men, uh, when the damage happens, men hurt more. Let me say that then. Men can easily hurt more emotionally than the ladies. But in terms of who shows it easily or better, I'd say that is the
Well,
ladies.
so what you're saying is women are easily emotionally damaged and they show it.
Yes,
Men takes a little bit more to be emotionally damaged, but when we are emotionally damaged, it hit us harder than it hits women.
exactly.
Got you. Now, Jenny, that's not what you're saying. So what are you saying?
I would say the same thing. Like when men are damaged, they don't really show it. It's not really visible, and they don't
Yeah, but
like.
hold on. I want to make sure you understand what Eddie's saying. Because Eddie, you're focusing on the men. Eddie is saying that men do get emotionally damaged, but it takes a lot more trauma for us to be actually damaged. And once we get damaged, then we hurt a lot more than we do with women. Women are easily more emotionally damaged and can get easily emotionally damaged a lot more easier than it would be for a man. So what are you now saying? I just want to make sure you clear on what you said.
Okay, I'm saying that both men and women can be emotionally damaged, but women tend to be more open about their emotions. So they are like generally better at recognizing and expressing their emotional distress, while men tend to suppress their emotions. And so, yeah, they can make their emotional damage less visible.
Okay, what about emotional intelligence then? Since you went for the damage part, what about intelligence?
Um, I would say for myself, since emotional intelligence also has an element of
Let's not put you down. I don't want to put you on blast. Let's just say in general. We
yeah,
talking general men and women.
in general, I think women would be more emotionally intelligent since they're able to recognize and understand their emotions more, and they're more open to show their emotions. So one of the elements of being emotion or of being emotionally intelligent is being able to be being like being self-aware and having that empathy towards others. So I guess women would be more showy when it comes to that.
All right, Kat. Take a jump at both of those.
For me, I think women are the one that are emotionally damaged first, because look at when a man and a woman break up, who goes media and cry first? A woman. But it's rare to see a man showing like he is emotionally damaged. Like it's very rare. But for women, they are emotional, maybe crying, things like that. And for emotional intelligence, they also show it because they, I don't want to use this example. uh, when they figure out you're cheating and you're not telling them the truth, they keep digging. So I think they know things. I don't know. That's my definition, but women are more emotionally damaged than men. Men don't show it that fast. There has to be something that triggers them to show that they are emotionally damaged.
All right, Kat, mute your mic. Mute your mic. Your fan on your computer just popped up. Mute your mic. Thank you. All right, so let me give my synopsis on this. Um, I would say women are definitely more emotionally damaged than men. I would actually agree with Eddie on both of his answers. But my issue with the emotional intelligence, because statistics show, like it says here, I'm looking at the statistics, it says inconsistent abilities such as social cognition, empathy, and also reason about the emotions of others. Women have higher emotional intelligence ability than men based on a common ability test, right? So women are connected more emotionally. So, but I would agree with that and also disagree. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tap into this for a hot second. And um, statistics show about half of marriages end in divorce. It is commonly assumed that the breakups are initiated by both genders equally, but in fact, it is surprising that that women are actually more likely to end their marriage than men due to emotional damage. All right, and so I am my answer is going to be aligned with Eddie's answer, but for different reasons. All right. I actually and I'm wavering because I'm also on the same page as my man Joe Ash. You know what I'm saying? Because I think men I think men have a leadership trait that they're supposed to possess, and I don't I don't trust women's even though to me emotional intelligence for women is if I walk into a house and a woman says to me, my girl says to me or my wife says to me, how was your day today? And I'm like, it was all right. And something was wrong. I just don't feel like talking about it. But she knows she can easily pick up that something is wrong. You know what I mean? I feel like that's one part of being emotional intelligence. You know what I mean? She can pick up something is wrong or whatever the case may be. And so, you know what I mean? She can know to maybe cater to me or whatever the case may be to either try to get it out of me or just try to get me what I need because she know I had a rough day. That is emotional intelligence. Will we all agree?
Agree.
Yes, I agree with you.
But on the flip side of that, emotional intelligence, as we listen to the definition of it, is also being able to handle situations and bring leadership. And I don't think that woman, if I would choose for a man and a woman to handle certain situations, depending on what it is, and to decide based off of emotions, I think emotional intelligence is also knowing that a man is not going to make a decision strictly off of his emotions, right? I think emotional intelligence to me is if I'm faced with a decision and I say, hey, I'm not going to make a decision based on my emotions at that present moment. I think that give me say I'm gonna make it if I got all weekend and I need to give if something happens on a Friday and you ask me and I tell you, all right, listen, I'm going to give you an answer on Monday. I know that to me, my emotional intelligence would be I'm not making a decision off my emotions. I'm gonna sit down, gather all my thoughts, talk with and consult with whoever I need to talk with before I make a final decision. Whereas I think women will make a decision strictly off their emotions. And that is also not using emotional intelligence neither. So that's why I feel like my answer aligns with Joe Ash's as well, because I do think from a leadership standpoint, men are more emotionally intelligent than women because we don't base all of our decisions off of emotions. But I also agree with the definition of emotional intelligence from a standpoint that women show more empathy in recognizing emotions are off. You understand what I'm saying? Emotional damage, I think women are more easier to be emotionally damaged than men. I think men handle trauma and things differently than women do. So I don't necessarily look at that as I look at that as to a certain degree. I look at that as a flaw more so than a benefit. So the things that I know Jenny might have said that she said it proudly, like women are more better emotionally damaged. Being able to talk about emotionally damaged, being emotionally damaged and being able to talk about it is good. It's good to talk about stuff, but I find that women who are emotionally damaged they because of their trauma, they're affected by it to the point where they don't never move on from it. I think men are more willing to shed it and move on than women are. Um, I think men are from the hurt, like what Eddie said, from the hurt, men are more hurt by it. And to a certain degree, men will never put themselves in a position where they will be hurt like that again. Whereas women, they would use that as an excuse to continuously repeat a cycle. Do y'all agree with me or disagree?
I would
I,
have
I
Agree.
Go ahead, Eddie. You go first. What you was gonna say?
yeah, I'd like to add a small twist there. In terms of leadership, I think men are uh, intrinsically tactical, logical. So, and for me, I believe in leadership, logic always wins. Emotions might not win the day, but logic always wins. And the reason
Hold on, real
Eddie
quick. Let
will,
me ask. Let me interject and ask you this question. In saying that,
yep,
so do you consider using logic as emotional intelligence?
no, no. I no, the moment you add emotions into leadership, you know, your leadership may not be the best at the end of the day. Why I say that, you see, like something will happen, and because I'm using logic, I will not let it. I will not let my emotions carry the day. Why? Because I'm now using logic. If I start being emotional, I will not be a good leader. I will not be able to handle that situation or challenge that is, on the table. So,
I agree with you. Hold on, Eddie. I would believe me and Joash would agree with what you just said. I just think that that's also, in my eyes, that's also being emotionally intelligent, though, in my personal opinion. Especially because we define emotional intelligence as also being a leader,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
self-aware and
so because of that, I feel like because you don't allow your emotions to get the best of you, that is saying that you are emotionally intelligent as well. In my personal opinion, that's what I'm saying.
okay.
Continue,
I might.
continue.
Let me ask you, if we say that, what if if part of being emotional intelligent is being able to articulate your emotions, right? Being self-aware of your emotions and knowing how to articulate your emotions, what your emotions are at that particular time. Now, this is where I think logic is different. I will use logic.
Hold on. Say your definition of that again.
Being emotional intelligent is part of it is being self-aware. Being able to articulate how you feel, right? And as a leader and a man, in this case, in a relationship, you cannot always put your emotions on the table, right? So why I wouldn't say you're emotionally intelligent by not putting them on the table. I'd say now you've switched to using logic so that you can be a better leader. Because I
I
believe,
so I feel like me and you are saying the same thing. I wouldn't define it in the way that you are. And Joash,
well,
back me up on this if you agree. I'm saying that and ladies, y'all can too. I'm saying that emotional intelligence is also recognizing that you feel some type of way about it, right?
yep.
Like for instance, Eddie, you might say something and I might want to punch you in your face, and I feel that I might want to punch you in your face about it, and I know that's how I feel, but I'm intelligent to know that the consequences that come along with doing that, it ain't worth it. You understand what I'm saying? To me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
still being intelligent, even though I have the emotion of how I feel, and that's not me logically, because to me, using emotional intelligence is also when you are aware of doing something and you can display the intelligence right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Logic is when you got time to plan and strategically plan. You know what I'm saying? So if you are with your kid and another kid throws something at your kid and your kid get injured and you want to emotionally go over there and beat the person up for doing what they did, but you are able to withstand and withhold your emotions and be the bigger and better person in that position, to me, you are using emotional intelligence. Logic comes into play when you are tapping into strategizing how you will go about handling things. You know what I mean? Being able to put a plan together. At least that's how I felt. Joash, do you agree with that? Nah, yes,
Yeah,
no?
yeah, I agree. Um,
Hey,
I
Eddie,
think
I'll let you finish cooking. I just want to I want to get somebody else. Go ahead, Joash. Finish what you were saying.
so. Yeah, I think because of our makeup as men, we have this uh, the need to lead. I guess the need to step up and to bring people to a destination. I think that's where the natural uh, capacity for the intelligence comes in, but I'm also aware of some men who are not emotionally mature enough to think that way. So I guess there's some uh, maturing that needs to happen. But generally speaking, this is for for most people, if not all. Men are really in that capacity to lead emotionally. So
All right, Eddie. So go ahead and finish cooking. You said that emotionally, um, controlling your emotions is more of logic than not logic.
Yeah. I'd even go further and argue, intelligence and logic are, there's a very thin line between intelligence and logic. Logic is the structured, structured thinking processes that, the way you use, the way the way you structure your thinking brings about logic. And still, again, intelligence is, you know, I dare say it is, the outcome. You become intelligent when you use logic. I don't know. I feel like it's a very thin line between logic and intelligence.
If it's a thin line, again, then we pretty much saying the same thing. It's
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's
Now,
not up for
based on the
debate. If you
definition,
said
that is why I'm saying it could be more or less almost the same thing.
so, I'm saying, but if it's almost the same thing, that means that they are aligned in some way. So, I mean,
It-
it's nothing to too much debate about it. You can look one way or look the other in that. Um, Jenny,
Yeah.
actually, let me wheel it back before I pull Jenny into this. And the reason why I brought this conversation up is because I came out with this topic. It's because on Monday, right? On Monday, um, I did a podcast with everybody in person that was there in person. And the topic of discussion, we did two-part podcast. The topic of discussion was about finessing. All right. I don't know if y'all know what finessing means. But finessing people who finesse other people, you know what I mean? And so in that conversation of finessing, uh, we got into in the second part, we brought up a conversation in which I actually asked Kathy and Jenny the question that we talked about that caused a little bit of controversy in our debate in the second part of the discussion of finesse. And we all was talking about how men will react in these situations. And this what made me come up with this topic for the day for us, emotional intelligence or emotional damage. So I'm gonna phrase the question that was brought from that podcast to today because I was the one that phrased the question. And I want y'all to answer how you I want first the guys, the two guys to answer how y'all would react to it. And then I want the two women to answer how they would want their man to react to it based on the conversation. All right. All right. And then after that, I want to pose the question is based on our reaction, are we using emotional intelligence? We can ask, are we using emotional intelligence? Are we using logic? Or are we emotionally damaged? Our reaction is because of our emotional damage. All right. And then we can reflip it and ask from the woman's perspective as well, because they do have a play a role in it. So here we go. I'm gonna phrase the question now. All right. Say Joash, Eddie, say y'all prior to y'all getting married. Let's say you was dating a young lady, and your wife was dating someone before you guys. All right. All right. And they used to go to this. Hold on, how I'm phrasing this. All right. I'm gonna use for the guys, I'm gonna use your current wives now. All right. So say you was dating, say your wife was dating another guy, right? and they used to go to their favorite restaurant. All right, let's say favorite restaurant in the Philippines. What's the best restaurant in the Philippines, man? The most expensive best restaurant for the best food. Jenny, Joash, what's a good Filipino restaurant out there, man?
So there's a lot.
Just pick one. Just pick one. I just need one that's fancy.
Okay, let's say Shangri-La Fort.
Shangri-La Fort. All right, so check it. Your wife used to go to her with her ex to Shangri-La Fort. Her and her ex got into a massive breakup. Like it was a pretty bad breakup, right? You meet your wife, y'all go on a date. You guys meet your wives, y'all go on a date. And y'all go to her favorite restaurant, right? You and her are sitting down eating dinner. Her ex walks in with another lady. He sees y'all don't see him. Okay? Am I stuck? No, I'm not. All right.
No.
He sees y'all don't see him. All right. What happens next is he calls the waiter over and he says, waiter, that couple over there, I know them. Whatever they're ordering, when they're done, send the bill my way. All right. The bill comes. Y'all finish ordering food. Y'all eat your food or whatever. Y'all says to the waiter, y'all want the bill. The waiter goes over to her ex's table, says they ordered the bill, and he says, pays the bill, and he walks up and he says, yo, when you go to the table, say this to him. So as y'all walking to the table, the waiter hands you the receipt and he says, your meal, your dinner has been complimentary paid by that gentleman right there. And y'all both look at you and your wife look, and her ex looks up at you and he says, yo, just like that. And he paid y'all bill. All right. You never heard of her ex before or anything of that sort. Is this your first time even being introduced to him or whatever the case may be? My question to y'all is, how would y'all react to that situation? Eddie, you go first. Eddie, you go first, Eddie. How would you react to the situation, Eddie?
Wow. I'll be mad, very very mad.
Okay.
I'll be very 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 mad, right? Because if I've never heard of the gentleman, that means it technically he's paying for my girlfriend or wife at that particular time. So why why would it why are you paying for her? And of course I wouldn't confront the gentleman. But my girlfriend.
Hold on. So hold on. So I just want to. You would confront him.
No,
This
I
is one of
wouldn't.
the things we talk. Oh, you wouldn't. All
No,
right.
I would confront my wife or girlfriend
Right then and there.
immediately. Yeah, I wouldn't
All right.
let it
Say
slide.
that thought. Say that thought. Joash, how would you handle it?
Aaron, so there's this guy who paid for our bill without me knowing that that guy was my partner's ex, right?
Yeah, and at
I
the
didn't,
time you're not married to your wife yet. Let's say
but
y'all just dating.
I didn't know that that was her ex.
Right.
I didn't know, right? Of course,
You didn't know.
I think I would be different with my reaction would be different with Eddie. I would say thank you because I didn't know. Like there was this guy.
Hold on, Eddie. Hold on, Eddie.
I didn't know.
Eddie,
Like,
hold on, Eddie. Hold on, Eddie. We gotta address.
okay.
Hold on, Eddie. Eddie, hold on. Because we talked about this on the show as well. Because there was a woman who said the same thing that Joash just said, and then there was me and a couple other people who said, "Nah, we can't rock with you on that." All right, so Joash, you saying that you would say thank you?
Because I didn't know him. Unless my partner says, "Oh, that was my ex."
Yeah, that's what she's gonna say.
So
Hold
I
on,
already
if a
know.
random
I
man
already
just
know.
go, he y'all both look and he said your bill has been complimentary paid by that gentleman right there. And
Okay.
let's say she reacts, he turns and like, oh my my God! Why would he do that?
Okay. So now I know. I knew. Okay, I knew. It was okay. I would
You
feel like
just found out that time that the guy was who paid is your Sir X. You just realized that right then and there. So,
so.
how would you react to it?
It's kind of awkward that he paid for something that I wanted to pay.
Well, let me ask you this question real quick, Joash. If he paid for her, you and his meal, you and her meal, right? What would you think the intent of him doing that was for?
I wouldn't like I think my girlfriend would be by that time has have moved on already. The guy was with her current girlfriend, right?
He was with a new girl. Let's say they just broke up maybe 2 or 3 months.
Hmm.
You just started dating your wife.
It would
And mind you, you at their favorite restaurant with your new wife. They used to go to that restaurant all the time together.
that would be awkward.
So how would you handle it? Give me a response, man. Because you first you said you would be happy, and now you're switching it up. So
Because
what
I
would be your
thought it was
response?
just a stranger trying to.
Okay, so I'm asking now. Now that you know the whole situation, how would you handle it? Like how? Not how would you handle it? How would you? Like, what would be your emotions at that time?
Yeah, I would be like quite stirred in the. I would talk to the guy.
So you would approach him?
I might approach him right there and
You
then.
I'm asking you, are you going to approach him?
Yeah, I might approach him, or I would just have a quick uh, talk with him.
And say what? And say what? Because
Exactly.
the conversation's
What was
not going
that
to go
about?
well.
I would ask her, what was that about? Yeah. What are you trying to?
In the act, so hold on, Joash, because you sound like you would be going over there a little bit naive. So let me just make sure I understand, Joash. Her ex paid for you and her meal. The statement of what
Oh my.
Not Aaron.
statement of disrespect is in the fact that he paid for you or her bill, and you're gonna go talk to him and say what? Do you want me to pay the tip? Say what?
I would say thanks, man. So let's go. I would move to another restaurant. Well, that would make me feel awkward that he would do that, but maybe I
So
would not.
hold on, Joash. One last question, then I'm gonna move on to the girls. Would you be mad at your current girlfriend or the girl you're dating?
Why would I be mad at her?
So you wouldn't you wouldn't have an issue with her. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yo, hold on, Eddie. I'm gonna say this real quick, and I don't mean this to be if Joash, I don't mean this to be disrespectful in any way. Maybe this is just a Filipino thing because Jenny
Yeah.
yesterday when I asked her this, she somewhat had a similar answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somewhat of a similar answer.
Yeah.
So, Jenny, answer this. How would you have answered it, Jenny? What would have been your reaction? Because you know at the I don't know how you respond. I know with me, whoever I'm with, know automatically once you seen his face, it's a problem. You got questions. You're gonna have answers. You're gonna have to have questions to answer immediately. It's an issue. So my question to you, Jenny, is how would if you were sitting there with your now husband, but prior to that y'all were just dating, and this happened, what would be your immediate response?
Like I was the one with the ex. in the same restaurant with my
Come
previous
on, Jenny. You know the scenario. We just talked the scenario over.
yeah, so that time I was with my husband and we went to this restaurant that me and my ex used to go to, right? So
Correct.
and then this ex whom I didn't see
Paid for,
but saw us
yeah,
paid
he
the
paid for
bill.
your meal. Secretly paid for your meal. So when your current husband asks for the bill so he can take his lady out, the host, the reception,
Waiter said
whatever
that
you
it,
want to call it, the waiter came back and said your bill has been complimentary paid by that gentleman right there. And y'all both turn to look at and it's your ex with a new girl, and he hits you with the yo, what's good?
so if it's like been years since we've started, right?
It's not been years. It's been about 3 or 4 months.
Still fresh.
We're fresh and already married.
I just said y'all wasn't married, man. I just said y'all was just dating.
But you said that I'm with my husband.
You're with your husband now, but in the beginning, y'all was dating. Let's say you and him was dating. Y'all was just now dating. I'm asking you how he will react. How would you
Oh,
react in that situation if he was just freshly dating you?
oh. So we would probably be both shocked at the same time.
So what would
And
be your reaction? Would you be like, "Oh, we got a free meal out of it"?
on the spot, I think I wouldn't be able to react. I just probably feel shocked that he did that, and I would, think to
Well,
myself,
hold
what?
on, stop real quick. I want to
Mhm.
ask you this: would you know your husband now, fresh in a new relationship with you, where he would have been upset with you? Yes or no?
Mm, knowing him, I don't think he'd make a fuss out of it
Ah,
on the spot,
yeah.
but we would probably have a conversation about it later on. That's how he is.
I would have to question his manhood if he left cool with you being his. I don't know. I'm not cool with that. That's not. I'm not with that. I don't know.
Probably bring it up in some other like argument that we'd have in the future, but not on the spot, not right
On
after.
the spot, he would have been cool. He just been like, "All right, thank you." Y'all both
Yeah,
would just get up out your seat and
probably
say
he'd
thank
ask
you,
probably he'd ask me who that is, but
and
it,
you say, "Oh, that's my ex," and he say what?
I think on the spot he'd just brush it off. But yeah, I know he'd bring it up later on.
I don't know. We must be built different, man. Cat, talk to me, Cat. How,
Yo,
how,
Kat.
how would this play out? It's your new current boyfriend that you with now, and that happened, and y'all went to go out to eat to a restaurant, and your ex paid for your meal, and your current boyfriend now is there. Y'all was only dating for like 2 months, and this happened. How would you respond?
Are you talking about his ex? Because if he's
I'm
the
talking
ex,
about
I'm
your ex,
definitely
your
reacting.
ex, your ex, your ex, your ex.
I'll be
It's your
shocked.
ex who paid for your meal. So how would you handle talking to him? How would you deal with him?
I'm telling him to take back his money. I don't want it.
Telling who to take back with their money? You're
The
gonna go to
ex.
your ex,
Why
you're
is
gonna
he
walk up to his
paying?
table, you're gonna walk up to his table and say, "Hey, take back your money."
I'm actually gonna take back. I'm giving him back the money and some extra cash to keep it.
Eddie, if Kathy was your girl and that happened, and Kathy gets up out of her table and walks over to her ex to give her back the money, that's even more of an insult to me, is it not?
For me, the fact that the ex could even think of, you know, paying for, you know, that to me is a no-no. Totally.
Oh no, no.
I,
Despite that, Kathy is saying she would get up out the seat immediately and walk over to the ex and reimburse him for the food.
doesn't change anything for me. The fact that the
That's even
ex
more
could even
disrespectful to
think
me.
of, sorry,
I said the fact that Kathy would think about getting up and walking over to the ex. She needs to address me about what just happened, not try to
Exactly.
fix the
First and foremost,
situation.
yes. Yes.
Yeah,
And
she
she'll
needs
have
to
to
address me
explain.
about what happened. Yeah,
Exactly.
she
And
got some
explain.
explaining to do. For her to
And for
get up
me,
and give that man back his money is, I'm leaving her there with him.
and you've said, they've only broken up for like, 3 months. For me, it doesn't matter whether it is 3 months, 3 years, 30 years. It doesn't matter. Your ex is your ex. He should never ever, you know, pay for your bills. For me,
Time does matter to me though. I don't know.
I
Time matters to me. Time matters. Um, time matters to me because right now, as a married man, if somebody else did that, my response today would be totally different than what it would be if I was dating. If I'm dating a girl and we just dating and that happened, that's pretty much knowing that he trying to crash. He trying to crash our situation. You know what I'm saying? And more than likely he probably will, to a certain degree, could succeed doing that. As a married man, this is my wife. I'm already like we already in it. You know what I'm saying? So my response is gonna be a little bit more different. Cause I wouldn't expect my wife to be put in that position. So the fact that she would be put in that position would be more of me being a protector to her rather than her trying to explain herself. We still would have that conversation afterwards. But my response would be a little bit different because this is my wife. But if it's a girl I'm just dating and this happened, yeah, nah, this like you got some explaining to do. Like this is not what's up right here. Cause I feel like I'm getting played out in real time. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
So then Eddie, here's my question to you, and I want to ask this to everybody. Which how how you respond? Are you displaying emotional intelligence? Are you displaying emotional damage?
Hmm. That will be emotional intelligence, I believe.
Or, or are you being logical?
No, no, no,
However
no,
you
no,
want
no,
to
no,
answer.
no, 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 no. There's no logic there. You see, logic is, how do I say this? Logic is, best for solving problems, right? But then and then relationships are built on emotion, right? So at that particular time, I don't think I'll be able to be logical.
Okay, so but how are you going to move in emotion? What would be the emotionally intelligent way to handle that? Matter of fact, I want Joe because Joe actually still on the fence. He's not saying like how if he would be upset
And I
or
got
if
it.
he would. Yeah.
I got it.
So before you answer, let me hear. Joe asked, what would be the emotion? Because we know the right thing to do, and we can know that this can go wrong in so many different ways. What would be the emotional intelligent thing to do?
I would talk to my girlfriend about it. And
Immediately at the table, or you will wait?
no, after away from that situation.
Hold on. So
And
I just want to picture this. So I just want to picture this in my head. So he paid for y'all meal. You look at her. Are you just gonna be like, all right, let's go, and y'all have the walk of shame out of the restaurant,
Hi.
and then you gonna talk to her in the car? Like, how does that work?
mm, I would approach a guy and say, "Oh, you just
Hold on.
paid."
So now you're approaching the guy instead.
I don't know what to do. I'm thinking about it. I think the wisest thing to do is to uh, respectfully decline the offer or the gesture.
It's already paid for.
Exactly.
I would count the cost and I would just hand the exact amount to him. Okay, no, thank you, I got this.
With a
And then I
smile.
would with a smile, and then I would talk to my girlfriend about what's going on there with you and.
Eddie, that's not the emotionally intelligent way to handle it, Eddie.
No, 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 no. You know what? As much as we can only strive to be emotionally intelligent, but we are humans. sometimes we will be carried away, which is totally okay. Like in that particular situation, I will not be emotionally intelligent. That I know for a
All right,
fact.
so how would you handle it? What's the emotionally intelligent way to handle it?
I
Or are
will,
you saying
like I
there is
said,
no way?
my girlfriend will have to do a lot of explaining.
So you will put her on the spot right then and there? So y'all gonna argue in the
Immediately,
restaurant?
immediately.
So you're immediately yelling at her. You upset at her.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what are you expecting? Like y'all gonna break up right then and there? Like what? Like what do you and again, what is the emotional intelligent thing to do?
Like I said, I'm trying to to be realistic. Personally, me Eddie, I wouldn't be emotionally intelligent at that particular time. No, I wouldn't. That I know I wouldn't. And then secondly, I the fact that I do not know or I've never heard about this ex, and then all of a sudden this ex appears, and then he's paying for our bills. That is for me. That is
Eddie, does it
annoying.
matter that you didn't? What if you heard about him but you never met him before? So what have you heard about him?
Good question. Now, if I've ever had, see the way like I said in the other podcast, I love truly, but again, I set very strict boundaries, which I do not allow to be to be broken. So now, if I've heard about the ex, I definitely told her, you know what, I do not expect to hear about your ex. He shouldn't call. He shouldn't. He should not exist to you. That is for me. That is me now. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I
All
wouldn't.
right, I got one more question for you, Eddie.
Yeah.
What is the emotionally intelligent way the girl in that position should handle it? How should she handle it? What if she
Definitely.
like? What if
Hold
she?
on a
What
second.
if she responds like, "Oh, we get a free meal"?
No, we were already there, so we were about to. We were supposed to play.
Because
Why?
Kathy says she would be happy that she got a free meal.
Now that is being logical. And I said, in relationships, when we are dating, we cannot be logical. There's no logic when we are dating. When we're dating, it's purely emotions. But logically, yeah, she could argue logically and say, we our meal was paid for, but we are dating. There's no logic here. Emotions. And she'll have to apologize. And
You
then I'll
said she
start
owes you an
now.
apology.
Definitely. A very, very, very huge apology.
What did she do that was wrong, Eddie? Jenny,
It
what
is
she
what
do
she
that
did
was
not
wrong?
do. What she did not do is what is wrong. When you
What
broke
would
up,
you? What was she supposed to do in that? Listen,
What did she
here's the
do? She
thing, right?
wasn't even aware that the other guy's paying, and she didn't even saw him.
now, again, for me, if you tell me you broke up, I don't expect you to still, remain friends. I'm not saying be enemies, but I don't expect,
All right,
you
hold on,
know,
Eddie, hold on,
Isn't
Eddie.
it,
The
isn't it
dude,
like
Eddie, the dude did it to be mischievous, to let you know that
exactly,
he still got your chick. You know what I
exactly,
mean? He
exactly.
can still get
There's
it
no
whenever he
other
want,
explanation.
right? He pretty much did it to let you know that he still can get your chick whenever he want.
Exactly,
All right, he did it to ruin your relationship. So here's the thing,
exactly.
Eddie. Here's the thing, Eddie. As much as you and I are on aligned on this 100%, right?
Yep.
100%. Yo, I gotta check her right then and there. I might end up getting up and me and him gonna have. We might even get into it a little bit because he's disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be so hard to control my emotions. But the emotional intelligent thing to do, unfortunately, is to take it on the chin. Take it on the chin and possibly pay for his meal in return. That's if you there's no other outcome that will allow you to walk out of there with your manhood. Because if he walks out and if Joe Ash walks out and he's like, yo, I just got a free meal. And then the next day Joe Ash calls me up and Joe Ash is telling me about the story. Yo, I couldn't let me tell you what happened. And Joe Ash ends up saying, yeah, so we just got a free meal out of the deal. I'm instantly saying, Joe Ash, you my man, but I'm revoking your privileges, bro. Man, you can't I can't do it with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you supposed to feel some type of way about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be. And if the girl I'm with is happy that we got a free meal, and she suggests, like, she instantly needs to just honestly, there's nothing that she can say to make the situation better.
Thank you.
So the most important thing that she can do, the most intelligent, emotionally intelligent thing that she can do at that present moment is take whatever verbiage that you want to give her at that time and shut up. Silence is the best, because if she shows that she's happy, she shows any type of emotion, even if she's angry, I'm probably gonna get more angry. Like, why are you angry? You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The best thing that she can do in that position is just chill. Don't say nothing. Let you get your emotions out. Because afterwards, after when it's all said and done and you got a chance to process and think about what just took place, you can't really be mad at her. You know what I'm saying? But in the moment, how she reacts to it can fuel the fire.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So the only best reaction that she can give is to not do nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't take that one on the chin. Knowing that either if you confront him, the only thing you can tell the waiter is, yo, how much is whatever yo, we sitting here, we gonna wait till he finish his meal and I'm gonna pay for his. Like, and after that, I'm taking you home. The night is done. You know what I'm saying? That's the only other way that we could play it off. Like, other than that, getting up, leaving, accepting him paying for your food, none of that is right, man. Can't go no other way. Now, Joash, do you agree with that?
What if Aaron he already paid for his meal as well?
Ah, yo,
Everything's paid for.
yo,
I'm gonna
that's a
wait for
violation, man. Like, yo, I'm gonna say this, Joash. He sometimes when you playing checkers and chess and somebody hit you with the checkmate, you know what I'm saying? He to me, he didn't really checkmate me. He checkmated her. Because if I can't pay his meal back, me and Shorty done, man. I gotta walk away from this one. Like, honestly, I gotta walk away. And it's sad. But my manhood got taken from me, man. I'm a casualty of war.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Eddie? You're a casualty of war at that moment.
Totally.
So it's like you just gotta let it go, man. Like,
I'd rather pay for the next meal, his next meal. If he had already paid for his already, I'd pay for the next one. Even for the
How?
whole week, I cannot live there feeling,
how though, Eddie? How you gonna pay? You don't even know this dude. So you just gotta take it on the chin.
See, if I don't pay for his next meal, that frustration.
Which you're not, because he don't know you, you don't know him, and what you gonna tell your girl to call him right then and there?
No. I'm assuming he's still in the restaurant, so I'll be like, hey, you know what? I'm paying for that guy's meal for the next 3 dinners he'll be here. I'll be paying for that.
For what though? What would be the point?
Now this is me being
Teddy,
emotionally unintelligent. Now that is me
emotionally
being
damaged.
yeah, exactly. The ego thing. You how will they drive home? They drive home with my girlfriend. How will it be? What will we talk about? Our meal.
You
was
gotta
paid
catch an
for.
Uber, man.
The next time he'll be paying for her Uber.
He might give her a ride home. Now, here's my question to you, Kathy and Jenny. When it's all said and done, and would you call him your ex and ask him why he did it?
No, why would I? Like, we would just accept the paid bill and just move on with their life.
Hold on, Jenny. I gotta ask this question though. Jenny, I gotta ask this question though. You telling me that you would date a man who would accept another man paying his meal? Like you would be comfortable with him? Like,
No,
so if your husband was like, "Oh, okay, it's cool," like that. That's the ideal man you would tell your daughters to marry. A type of guy like that.
no, but I wouldn't like do what or like want him to do what Eddie was saying earlier, like be confrontational or defensive about it.
Eddie said he wouldn't be confrontational to the guy; he'd be confrontational to you.
Yeah, why would he? I'm not
And,
even the one to blame. I don't even know about it.
right, but you still got to wear that one. Listen. And Kat, Kat, I want you to answer it too. But listen, Kat, first off, Kat saying we're not accepting the bill. The bill's already paid, Kat. Like, there's nothing you can do. But listen, Kat, let me say this to you. Jenny, let me say this. Let me ask this question. To me, and I'm gonna let y'all go, but to me, it doesn't matter. Like, if let's say this, Jenny, if you came out here to America to come visit me, Aaron, right? Let's say Joash. Joash came out here to America. And Joash and Eddie came out here to come visit me, right? And they are here for me. While they're here, I have some friends. Let's say we go to I have some friends over at the house, and let's say Joash, Eddie, and two of my friends get into a Christian debate, right? And the debate get heated to the point where one of my guys that live here ends up fighting Joash, right? Let's say prior to that, while they were starting to get into that debate, I kept telling them, all of them, yo, chill, just relax, man, calm down. This conversation is not worth it. This conversation is not worth it. Boom, boom, boom. It's not worth getting into a heated debate. And at the end of the day, Joash and Eddie get jumped or beat up or whatever you want to call it. Even though I ain't got nothing to do with it, who's responsible? Whose responsibility it falls on?
The host.
The host.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my responsibility to keep the guys that came with me safe, regardless. You understand? Even though I had nothing to do with it, I didn't even want them to have the conversation. When it's all said and done, it's my responsibility.
Yeah.
They're a casualty because it's my responsibility to protect them. In that situation, if it was the other way around and my ex did that, I'm the responsible because it's you're a casualty of my past. In this case, Eddie Joash, the man is a casualty of war to your past.
Yeah.
You're responsible, however you want to look at it, even though you didn't do anything wrong. It's your past that's being presented to us in this situation. So even though you didn't do anything wrong, you all have to be held responsible for the casualty. My manhood got taken down by your ex because of you. You were the common denominator in that situation. So you have to bear the responsibility even though you did nothing wrong. Now, here's my question to you, Jenny. Can you accept that?
No, I think it's just getting way ahead of yourself.
Oh
Like
my gosh. You can't
you're
accept that? Hold on,
proud of
Kathy. Can you hold on, Jenny? I heard your answer already, Jenny. Hold on. Kathy, can you accept it? I want to know, can you accept it, Jenny? Kathy, can you accept it? That you're responsible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you can accept it, Jenny, why can't you accept it, Jenny?
No, it's like you're already thinking that the ex is sabotaging your date when probably he's just making a gracious gesture towards you being his ex.
Yo, the fact that you even thinking that way is disrespectful to me. He's just being a nice guy. Matter of fact, when you call him and say, why did you do that? That's his answer. I was just being a nice guy. But that's crazy.
I don't
Kathy,
think
why are you laughing, Kathy? Kathy, hold on. Kathy, why are you laughing? You was laughing hard. Why you was laughing, Kathy?
No, it's Jenny is defensive. That's why I'm laughing.
Now hold on. I wanna make sure I understand this though, because Joash still was on the fence with this. Joash. So, how would you want your wife to respond in this situation? If she was like, "Oh, we got a free meal," would you be cool? Like, would you be like, "All right, cool"?
I would wish that she would be just quiet as well. Because yeah, if she says it's okay. I mean, yeah. Aaron.
He just needs to be quiet. Now, here's the thing. I'm learning that Jenny wouldn't be that. Jenny would not be quiet. Jenny would probably be trying to explain. She'd be making it. Jenny would make the situation worse. I don't know why he did that. He's crazy for doing that. You shouldn't be mad because we just got a free meal out of it, and I didn't ask him to do it. It's not my fault. This is not my
I
fault.
don't even think like he's gonna react that way.
Yeah, man. I don't know. But emotionally intelligence, emotionally damaged. Eddie, in the end of the day, in this particular situation, you say you would display emotional damage?
Yes.
Joash, would you display emotional intelligence, emotional damage?
I wish I would intelligence. Yeah, intelligence more.
You would display emotional intelligence by doing what? Walking up to you said you would walk up to him.
Well, I would give him my credit card. Whoa, just kidding.
You
Use it
wild,
for a
man.
month and then I'll cut it.
Realistically, man, I'm being realistic though. What would you do, man? Like, what would you walk up to him and say? Because I could tell you, if I was on the other receiving end and I was the guy that actually paid for the meal, and you walked up to me, for me, I'm expecting that we're gonna fight. The conversation ain't gonna go the way, however way you think it's gonna go. It's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. Because my intent was to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, you're a casualty of war. So the fact that you now walking up to defend you either defending your honor or defending hers. However it goes, I'm not gonna apologize for what I just did.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what would even be the point? It was a checkmate. That's what it's. Sometimes you just got to take the checkmate. Yeah, I took an L. I took an L tonight. Sometimes that's hard to accept, man. But
Yeah.
I took an L tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you saying, Joash? You agreeing with me though? What are you saying? I just want to make sure I'm giving you the last words so we can get off.
Well,
You gonna go ask your wife tonight? You gonna talk about it with her tomorrow morning?
I just take it as it is. I just talk about it the following day.
So you admit you would do the walk of shame out of the restaurant.
Oh no.
Would you hold her hand on the way out?
I'll just take her out, lead her out, and just walk
So you
away.
will hold her hand?
Maybe put my hand on her shoulder. Let's go.
All right, man. We signing out, man. Holla at your boy. I appreciate y'all. We out of here. Nah, man. I hope y'all in the chat, in the comments, let me know what y'all would do if this was y'all in this situation, and would you use emotional intelligence, or would you be emotionally damaged by the situation? All right, we signing out. Holla at your boy.